UFC 310, Ian Garry versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. They've asked Usman, they asked Leon Edwards, they asked JDM, they asked Sean Brady. They asked a lot of guys to step in. Nobody wanted to, but Ian Garry does it. Respect to Ian Garry. This is a very tough fight for him. He's still a cuck, but respect. This fight will be the co-main event of UFC 310. The main event will be Alexander Pantoja versus Kai Asakura. This is a perfect co-main. It's going to be a crazy fight, chaotic, and it's going to be a number one contender fight. So whoever wins this fight is fighting Bilal Muhammad next, 2025, probably like March or early summer, something like that. So for the breakdown, I'm not really going to get too much into it because I want to make a video on it. People are forgetting that Shavkat and Ian Garry have trained together plenty of times. So they're both familiar with each other's styles and they both know each other's weaknesses. So I think this fight could actually start off very slow and kind of a stalemate in the beginning, early rounds. Ian Garry is 100% going to give Shavkat problems at the long range with his jab and his low kicks. But I think when it hits the medium range and the pocket range, the clinch, Shavkat is going to eat him alive. Shavkat doesn't have any head movement. He keeps his head on the center line, so he's able to get hit. But if it's not a head kick, I don't see Ian Garry really hurting him. You know, he took Jeff Neal's best punches, and I think Jeff Neal is a significant bigger puncher than Ian Garry, so I can't see Ian Garry really hurting him with the hands, but he will find the mark plenty of times. I do see him winning some early rounds, but I see Shavkat starting to put the pace on him and kind of wear him down. I think the physicality is going to be a little too much. I also think that although Shavkat is not the best offensive wrestler, I think he can work trips against the cage. You know, defensively, Ian Garry's not the best. He has decent takedown defense, of course, but if Shavkat is able to get him down, I think he can work a sub, a rear naked choke specifically. We've seen Ian Garry reversed by MVP. MVP is a horrible grappler and wrestler, so seeing that already is very alarming. Also, a disclaimer, I'm not saying it's true, but I do remember when the whole cuck allegations and all that shit with his wife was going on. Vicente Luque and Gilbert Burns was saying that Ian Garry got put out cold in the gym. And some people speculated that it was Vicente Luque, but Vicente Luque said it wasn't him.
That he saw somebody with a punch put him to sleep. I would ask you who that was, but I know you're not going to say. So
I can tell you it was not me.
Says like he's the baddest guy, he's the best in the gym, and everyone's going to talk so great about him. But we're all fighters. We all have good days and we have bad days. But not on your bad days, there's not a whole lot of guys getting slept. And, you know, he got slept. But
so if you put two and two together, I think it might have been Shavkat that put him out cold, but who knows? Like I said, it's not a fact. I'm just giving my opinion on it. They've definitely trained together a lot, and there's potential that he could have been the one that put Ian Garry out. I think Ian Garry is going to be very competitive in the fight. I don't think it's going to be a whitewash like a lot of people are expecting, but Shavkat will win the fight, and he likely finishes Ian Garry as well. I'm thinking either a fourth round TKO in the clinch, and Ian Garry just falls to the ground from just being dead. Or I could see like a standing guillotine or a rear naked choke, something like that from Shavkat. But I don't think this is really going to deter Ian Garry's career. It's going to actually be more impressive than him getting his ass beat. So I think it would actually do good for Ian Garry's stock. And, one loss is not going to do anything to anyone. He could come back from it. But this is going to be Shavkat's fight. I think he's going to fight Bilal Muhammad in 2025. And I see him beating Bilal Muhammad as well. So I see Shavkat becoming the champion in mid to late 2025. He is not invincible like a lot of people think, but again, I do think he will win this fight.
Ric Flair is a legend. But as far as talking about gimmicks, this is the real thing over here. I think these WWE guys think they are not right in the head, some of them. I mean, the new age are dweebs. Let's be honest here, they're absolute dweebs. But the old school guys are legends. You know what I mean? Ric Flair was a legend. The McMahons, of course. Dons. But I just said it as I is. The dweebs. I mean, what's the main guy, John Cena? He's wanting around. He's 40. Yeah, he's 40 years of age. He's wanting around in a luminous orange T-shirt and a headband, talking about nobody can see him. We can see him right there. He's a big fat 40-year-old failed Mr. Olympian motherfucker. Do you know what I mean? That dweebs, those guys.